Happy Friday. Happy New Breed Reaction Video Day. This week, we're doing the new single E.D.A. from the band Bodysnatcher and their upcoming album Bleed Abide, out this April. Let's give it a go.
All right. Oh, we're going back to money. Let me go back so we can have the thing in the background here.
There you go. All right.
Ooh, wait, I'm playing. Oh, it's our
It's our reaction vid. Fantastic. So you're getting a repeat. So what did you think of that, Tim?
I think that band is one of the up and coming deathcore bands right now. I remember the song they put out. What was it? Take Me to Hell.
I think so. Yeah.
I was very impressed by that song. I think that they're one of the bands that are in the hot seat, not the hot seat in a bad way, and the hot seat in a good way where they're going to jump off real quick. I think that they're the band that everybody's looking at right now. Do you know what label this is on?
It looks like it's self-released.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I do like? If you look at the screen right now, since when did bands start putting credits in their music videos again? You see that?
Yeah, it's back to the MTV days, man. It's back to the MTV days.
I fucking love that.
Yep. Oh, well, it's MNRK Heavy is the label then, I guess, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I noticed that like the Foreign Hands had that when we did that one, and and I looked again, and I'm like, since when are we doing credits again?
It's back, dude. MTV is back. But I think you're right. I think these guys are They're in the same vein as Spite and Slaughter to Prevail, and a lot of those bands where they're blending they're blending the sound between what we consider deathcore and modern metalcore, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's some
and they
new
do it
elements
well
in here. I don't care what anyone says.
Absolutely. You can hear it. You can hear it in some of the parts. But I think they do it very well. I think I'm a big fan of gutturals, dude. You throw in pig squeals and you got me fucking sold. I'm a cheap date like that, but they do it. This band, they do it judiciously. It's not all the time. But I just think they sound like a really tight, cohesive unit. I've talked about before in the show. I'm pissed I missed that tour that they did with was it Left to Suffer and Mouth for War and Boundaries. But I think these guys, I think this album is, I think you're right. They're definitely in the crosshairs of one of those bands that could get really big.
Yeah. I also think that I remember before when I was listening to this band, I'm very impressed with the drumming in this. That drummer, he adds a lot of good flair to this stuff. If you go back and look at some of their live videos that they do and the videos before this and stuff, I think they do a lot of, they focus on him a lot. And I think that's a good thing because I think he's an excellent fucking drummer.
Yeah, he's definitely solid. But yeah, this stuff is good. I mean, again, we talked about it, I think, in the last video where you got to blend some sounds, and I think they do it fairly well.
Yeah. This is another thing, like I said in the one video we did. I think this is the type of sound that kids are digging these days. Because I kind of think when a band like Suicide Silence first came out, there was that huge fucking rush of deathcore. You had bands like, it was Suicide Silence, and who was like Chelsea Grin and stuff like that.
It was Chelsea Grin. It was Salt the Wound. Was it Salt the Wound? Was that the band?
I don't remember. Job for a Cowboy.
Aries, I think, was the band, or Salt the Wound was the album. I don't know. Yeah, you had all that. I mean, and it literally everybody and their mother put out deathcore. It was all, and I didn't even think of it as deathcore. I'm so old. I thought about it as MySpace metal because it all came out of MySpace, right?
You're 100% correct. It was MySpace core. Yeah.
And early Parkway Drive and all that sort of stuff. And
everybody was wearing the studded white belts and the hair swoops and shit.
The swoops and the boot cut women's jeans. Yeah, it was, dude. The mid-aughts were a wild time. Things got a little squirrely. But yeah, no, I think these guys definitely would have fit in with that first run. I think you're right with like Job the Cowboys. That's exactly
what I'm saying. Yeah. I think that stuff's coming back now, but I think the deathcore nowadays is a lot better. I think it's more well done, if that makes sense.
Yes, I think it doesn't sound, I'll be honest, it doesn't sound as cookie cutter as it did.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to be a dick, but yeah, a lot of the deathcore back then was super cookie cutter. You knew, exactly
because they were trying. Well, I think all those bands were trying to find their sound, and they heard stuff that they liked, so they wanted to ape it, but they were still growing as musicians to where they could make it unique, and I just, this is the second coming of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's not really much else I could say other than I'm looking forward to the record.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody, this was Bodysnatcher. Check them out. Bleed Abide. We will see you next Friday with another reaction vid. So until then, cheers.
Later.